Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Men of Yoshiwara, Ohgiya. And we're in chapter 6. So, yeah, whoops. My guide is, I don't remember what choice we've already made. But anyway, yeah, so we were trying to avoid Asagiri, and we were with Takagawa. We just hung out. Nothing happened, man. Anyway, we drank. Probably a lot. One sip for us is enough. Anyway, the next morning, seen off by Takagawa, I slid open the door. Oh, what's this? There was a pinwheel at my feet. I scooped it up. It spun just a little, and I noticed there was a paper in it. I opened it up to find... It's from Asagiri, dude. Hey, a crimson red bead wrapped up inside it. It had to be Asagiri. We hurt his feelings. Good! He hurt ours. I feel bad. I really do. I'm like, good, he hurt my feelings. I feel so bad. I feel so bad that I hurt him, but at the same time, good, because he hurt mine. Oh, I hate this. Anyway. Asagiri. Wait. I guess anyone becomes a coward when in love. And this isn't like him. Takagawa whispered to himself beside me. I turned to face him. Do I need to show you to his room? You don't. Thank you. Though I had come before to Asagiri's room, high on my bursting okay. I get what she's saying. When I was reading it, it didn't register in my head what she was trying to say, but then after... Okay, I get it. Anyway. Though I had come before Asagiri's room, high on my bursting emotions, I came to a complete halt before his door. Then, ever so gently, I put my hand to it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't see him. Complex thoughts began to tear at me, and I pulled my hand back. Then, when I turned around with a deep sigh... Are you really alright with this? Takagawa... There was Takagawa, leaning against a pillar, watching me. I'm not going to see him. I don't have the right to see him. Why? I'm going home. He was looking right at me as if trying to peek into my heart. Wanting to run from his oppressive gaze, I lowered my eyes. All right, I'll walk you out. It's not his voice, but whatever. Then, when I'd gotten to the entrance of Ohgiya, frustration still bubbling up inside... There's our precious prince. So beautiful. Like a lady. He really is. Like, they made him so feminine and beautiful. Like, I like my men a little girly, okay? Like, I do. I like the slightly, like, he's so beautiful. Like, he's handsome. Those are nice, too, but I like my pretty boys. And he is, like, the prettiest of the pretty boys. Kakuto is just fucking amazing, but he is, like... He's the ladiest of boys. And I love it. Anyway. Are you leaving? Though his eyebrows were raised, perplexed, standing at the door with a smile at his lips, was Asagiri. His smile, holding a hint of pain in it, stabbed at my chest. My heart started to beat. Loud. Fast. I am. Managing to force out my answer, I lowered my head and stepped forward. The pinwheel in my hand spun in the wind, coming from the entrance. Are you really fine with that? Takagawa, too. His words pierced my heart. Takagawa is such a bro. I mean, that's because, like, Asagiri is like a brother to him, so he's like, girl, come on. Like, I'm not gonna let I'm not gonna let either one of you be miserable. He's cute. I love him. Of course I wasn't fine with it. Of course not. But I hesitated, and Asagiri began to talk, as if to himself. Before me is the woman whom I've fallen out of favor with, and the woman stolen away from me by Takagawa, who seems hell-bent on ignoring me. It looks like I've got no room to step in. I stopped and looked at him, up close. His eyes were as beautifully clear as ever, and quivering, sadly. Why? You were the one who cast me away! How mean! You don't even understand my feelings. You are the mean one. I sent you so many letters and received no answer. And when you come to the shop, you choose Takagawa of all people. I would say you're the one who doesn't understand my feelings. Well, I don't mind if you don't understand. I'll just stop playing nice. Oh, his angry face! I swore I saw a glint in Asagiri's eyes. And in the next moment... Damn! He aggressively pulled me into him and laid his lips on me. Oh! It was so sudden that I couldn't react. We were in front of Takagawa. We were in a place people passed by. All these worries passed through my mind, but disappeared instantly. I never had any intention of giving you to anyone else from the start. In between breaths, he whispered to me in a husky voice, then brought his lips to mine again. I struggled for a little. I hit his chest. I pushed him, but I lost my strength in an instant. It felt as though his scent blew into me, as though his soul came against mine. I was filled with him. Eventually... No, please go back to the CG. Coming in front of me with another man's scent. You're a bad girl, aren't you? He wore a smile I'd never seen on him before. It sent a chill down my spine, and for a moment I felt speechless. You two sure are stubborn. Takagawa snorted off to the side. And when he did, I felt like I could breathe again, so I spoke my mind. That was thoughtless! What's gotten into you? I'm not stubborn! I am stubborn, though. What's gotten into you? That's what I would say. It's probably wrong, but... No, I'm not stubborn is right. What's gotten into you is the second right choice, though. I'm not stubborn! I tried to cover up how flustered I was, but Takagawa just scoffed again. Well, okay, so were they saying... To me, what's gotten into you would be me saying that to Asagiri. Were they meaning I was saying that to Takagawa then? Probably. Anyway. No, you are. You and Asagiri. Anyway, just go to his room already. Because if you keep going, you're going to be quite the show. I looked around at that to notice courtesans starting to gather. And right when I wanted to run out of way of sheer embarrassment... Silent, Asagiri snatched my hand and started walking. My wrist hurt. A lot. His room's window had been left open and a breeze was blowing in through it. Asagiri's scent brushed my nose. That scent I loved. The scent that tightened my chest, awakened my tear glands. After he had pulled me into his room, we just stood there, silent. As if he were feeling cold, Asagiri slipped on his usual coat. Okay, it's not just the usual because he doesn't have that underneath it. Like when he's wearing his loungy clothes, it's like full bare chest, and then he changes his whole outfit. Just saying. Then he looked at me as if asking if I were cold. I still couldn't say anything, so I just nodded and lowered my eyes. Then, with a tiny, dry sound, the pinwheel in my hand spun. I opened up the little bag I had brought and pulled out a decorative flower bookmark. I'd made it from the cherry blossom petals Asagiri had given me, the ones I'd brought home with me. I finished the decoration, and finally, I opened my mouth and placed the bookmark in front of him. Stunned, Asagiri opened his mouth for just a moment, and then he gently took the bookmark and stroked it lovingly. He rose his head, then, and looked at me. His gentle eyes, for some reason, were narrowed in sadness. Sorry, you can take me a minute. I love you, Spacey. I couldn't breathe. He stole my breath away. His beautiful bell-like voice reached my ears with a sad ring. No voice that comes out of me is beautiful and or bell-like, I'm just saying. Yet, why do you run away from me? Do you hate me now? No! And then come here, Spacey. I never thought to leave the pleasure house to chase after someone. It until I met you. Asagiri, come, Spacey. Let me hold you. I reached out a yearning hand for my beloved, and as if he couldn't wait for me to leap into his chest, he tugged on my arm. Then he embraced me tightly in his strong arms. We're supposed to get another CG soon. Spacey. This hug was a far cry from the way he would softly embrace me before. The arms he entwined me in spoke of a raging passion, and before his bursting emotions, my own feelings spilled out in the form of tears. I'm sorry, Asagiri. Oh, what are you sorry for? I'm sorry for not coming to see you, for not even sending a letter. And for choosing Takagawa. And did you lay with him? Of course not. I thought so. You're not that kind of girl. I mean, I know what you mean by that, but like technically, yeah. But like we just slept in the same room. We didn't like sleep together. We did lay together, but not like lay together. Man, did you sleep with him? I mean, technically, yes, but not in the way you mean it. Did you lay with him? Yes, technically, but not the way you mean it. Did you have sex with him? See, that's clearer. That's the question you should ask. They're not going to type that on. They're not going to be like, oh! Look, we can't say the word sex in this game. Because she would be like, oh! He looked at me. It's lewd. I mean, seriously. I'm just saying. She's like, oh, I've become so wanton. Oh! Hilarious. I know it's the times and everything, but it's just funny still. Anyway, I couldn't stop my emotions from erupting. I wanted the man before my eyes. I wanted him endlessly. We ain't got time for that, though it's morning. Even though we were already hugging, I just wanted to get closer and closer to him. I wanted his everything. Girl. So much that I felt I was losing myself. How? How was I able to stay away from him for so long? Absence sometimes makes you forget shit. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or sometimes you just forget. Oh, Spacey, let me see your face. Still buried in his arms, Asagiri pulled up my face. And then, he brought a deep, passionate kiss to my lips. I can't do the moaning, right? Or the shock. Woo! I just can't. That's why we don't do it half the time, because when I do it, it sounds stupid as fuck. Our lips hungered after each other, and his tongue wasted no time entering. That's what I wanted, too. I wanted to wrap mine around his, to steal it for myself. I'm gonna steal his tongue and run away, and then he's like, eh! It's gonna work. Spacey, it's your scent. I can smell your scent again. The yearning in his voice melted my eardrums. Our lusting tongues danced together with such a passion. That's a line. That I could feel my mind beginning to numb and my vision start to blur. Bird, what are you doing? Why are you screaming? You're the one who trapped yourself. You're not even trapped. What the fuck? He's in that space between the cage and the wall again, just hanging back there, screaming at me. Like, what? Nobody are you? You might be, you are, like, you have some kind of brain damage. I don't know. Like, what is your fucking deal? You're not stuck in a cage. You put yourself there and it's not. Yeah, well, yeah, of course there's a windowsill above you. Go sideways, stupid. You're not the brightest crayon in the box. Sometimes he's super smart. And then other times he's a fucking idiot. But, I mean, he's just playing. But he does shriek sometimes like he's trapped. I don't know. He's fucking weird. He doesn't want you to hold him. He doesn't want you to touch him. But he wants to be cocooned. He likes to try to stuff himself under stuffed animals. When I had a blanket on the back of the couch, he would, like, squeeze between the blanket and the... He's fucking weird. He likes to be crammed in the corners behind things. He likes to just get between the cage and the wall, between the wall and the frickin' ottoman thing that I have. He likes tiny spaces. And they're like, I don't know, he just needs to be protected. But he won't, if he's sitting in there, he won't let you... Sometimes he'll snuggle in your hand. But he won't let you touch him otherwise. He has to do it. Like, you'd think he would love it. It's fucking weird. My bird is fucking weird. Anyway. Oh, Spacey. After pulling his lips away, Asagiri fixed his eyes on me. He watched as a line of tears rolled down my lips, then licked them up. The The moment my body shuddered, his eyes glinted with heat. His lips came to my neck. Right when I heard him kiss it, he picked me up and held me on his lap. This looks inappropriate. I know we're just sitting on his lap, but the redness on her face and the look on both their face looks like something else is happening. And I question this. This is a lewd CG. Look, we saw the Takagawa one, and that was like, oh, it's kind of a sexy. This one looks like half like a porn CG. I mean, for God's sakes. I'm just saying. Kiss after kiss rained down on my lips. They just get... The CGs in this one get a little risque. Asagiri, I didn't choose you for today, and... It sounds more like she's in pain, but... We don't need to go over the details. And that nonsense can all be dealt with later. And as if to prevent me from speaking any further, he laid another deep kiss on my lips. That does not look like what's happening here. He ran his hand over my body as he did. I mean, do we have time for this? I was too embarrassed to keep my eyes open. My desire for Asagiri, however, defeated any shame I felt. I don't think you were feeling shame in that last CG. I'm not moaning. I can't do it. My hips loosened and Asagiri slipped his hand in between the folds of my kimono. Girl, we're doing it in the daytime. Oh, we're so lewd. And since I had never had him touch my bare skin before, my body froze up, tense. Are you afraid, Spacey? Asagiri asked me gently, stopping his kisses. He continued to run his hand along my upper chest, pulsating with heat. No, I'm not. Can I touch you some more? Yeah. Oh, that's me. I was reading that like normal and not like him. Okay, wow. And this soft, white skin. I'm glad I'm the only one you've tempted with it. Didn't expect I'd ever think this. One really never knows what will happen in life. Oh! Silently, he opened the fold of my kimono and gently caressed my bust. My bosom. It's just funny when they use words like that. As he gazed at me from as close as he could get, keeping an eye on my reaction. No! I don't like this. Don't look at me. I turned my face away in shame, closed my eyes and bit my lip. I finally get to see you, and you tell me not to look. Cruel. Very cruel. His damp tongue crawled over my skin. Jesus. My eyes shut open and met with his. Sometimes they get really graphic with these scenes. I mean, it used to be like, he touched me, and then that was the first night I spent with a man, and you're like, okay, and now it's like, oh my god, we are getting like all the visuals here. And I have to read it! Anyway, my eyes shut open and met with his. His beguiling tongue peeked out of his beautiful mouth, and he began to slowly run it along one of the peaks of my chest, making a show of it. Oh my god, this is lewd. Cruel. You're one to talk, Asagiri. I want to see you, Spacey. No, just, He sucked and pulled. A hot numbness shot from my chest through my body. I can't. You can look away if you're embarrassed. And if you're scared, hold on to me. And if it feels good, let me hear more of that sweet voice of yours. It might feel good, but I am not going to, because that's going to be way too much oohing and awing and moaning, and I can't. His hand slowly traced a line down my belly, and I couldn't help latch onto his kimono. It'll be okay, Spacey. The first time or not, I'll make sure it feels good. You can't guarantee that. He chuckled. You can try. Looking far more alluring than usual, and many times more tempting. And as I fell into a spiral of countless pleasures, I learned the pain, the pleasure, and the joy of laying with the one I love. That's so cute! I finally boned him! Resolution. Our bodies glistened ever so slightly with sweat, lay atop each other. With our bare skin against each other in a passionate embrace, we kissed again and again. The manager's gotta be like, wasn't she supposed to leave hours ago? Musashi's gonna be busting down the door. Where is she? Either that or Asagiri just went fast. I don't know. I mean, who knows? It could have been like 2 seconds. Like, is it really only supposed to last 13 seconds? And he's like, that's a world record for me. I've never lasted. I mean, I'm just saying. We were about to leave in the morning, and now we're still here. Nobody finds that suspicious. Or, like, somebody's keeping everybody occupied so they don't know that I'm here, and they're going to have to sneak me out. Like, anyway. You can stay a little longer, can't you? There was no way I could refuse that longing voice. And besides, the aftershocks of my first time had left my body still heavy and aching. I can't. But won't you get in trouble later? Here I was with Asagiri, the morning after my night with Takagawa. I mean, girl! No matter how available Asagiri was, I had to wonder if this was alright. I'm sure Takagawa will handle it. You two really trust each other, don't you? I suppose you could put it like that. If it wasn't Takagawa you'd spend the night with, I'd be a lot more jealous. Really? He hates cheating and unfairness, you see. Because he climbed to the top through fair fights and his skill alone. A gentle look overtook Asagiri's eyes. The choking aura of allure had faded and his calm had begun to return. Takagawa really is a nice, serious man. Oh, have you taken a liking to him? Have you taken a liking to him? Spacey. Wow. Reading. No, I was just paying him a compliment. I know. But still, I want to be the only man in your eyes, Spacey. Once again, his face drew near and his lips came to mine. His fingers ran along my bare skin, and he didn't forget to squeeze me either. I enjoyed my time here, you know, just living in the pleasure house without a care in the world. But for some reason, when you're not here, it's just all so boring. I feel the same way. But you won't leave the pleasure house, will you? I quietly sealed the question into my chest. We lived in different worlds. We thought in different ways. But he's sounding like he's changing his mind. But we had to take this moment of joy laying together. We had to take it out, bottle it up, and leave on. And that was sad, painful, joyous. Spacey, will you come to see me again? Of course I will. I'll be waiting. And next time, I'll make it even better for you. Don't say that out loud. I'll teach you all the pleasures a woman can know. I'll give you a body that can't live without me. Well, I was already like that. Body and soul, without you, I could know no happiness. Aw. From then, for a long time, we were reluctant to leave each other's presence. And like before, I was filled with a burning zest for life and brimming motivation. I couldn't believe that just seeing Asagiri again revitalized me so. Just feeling for him brought me such joy. How strange, this thing called love. It was powerful enough to completely change a person. And just thinking about your beloved was enough to make you feel like you could do anything. Since I went to Yoshiwara and did my duty, Mother seemed to have calmed down, too. The thing is like, so Asagiri is there by choice. He's basically like, I'm here by choice. I don't know a debt or anything. I just like it. So he gets afforded the ability to just pick whoever he wants. Like, yeah, no, I like her. I'll take her. Or like, yeah, no, not interested. Where most of the time someone would come in and be like, I want Takagawa. Alrighty. As long as he's available. And then Takagawa's like, great. You know what I mean? Because they're in it for the money. But like, Asagiri's like, I'm just here to have fun. like, you had to know there was somebody that really loved their job. Weren't we saying that before? Like, there's got to be someone that loves their job and like really just wants to like is doing this for funsies and isn't like miserable and feeling like a trapped animal. And that's Asagiri. Anyway. Today I tended to the shop as usual. My heart singing at the thought that I would go to see Asagiri tonight again. However, recently Mother had said that I didn't have to update our records. But since I had some time, I decided to help. I opened up the checkbook to find... What? The price of the clothing we had been buying on credit had gone shockingly high. Though sales weren't actually poor, this put us in dire straits. Was Mother hiding this from me? Musashi, where are you? I'm right here, my lady. There's an emergency. I need you to look into something right away. I decided to order Musashi to look into the details. After gathering information here and there, Musashi had told me that the transport costs had grown vastly. The Western clothes we sold came from foreign lands, passing through the mainland to our island. Since the island was in a tricky strait with poor weather, prices had simply leapt up. All because I'd said I really wanted to sell these clothes. Mother, she must have really fought for me. Thinking that scorched my chest. Let's draw up a budget, Musashi. I'm sure Mother has her ideas, but this is something I came out and suggested. As you wish, my lady. Musashi nodded, a serious look on his face. However... Oh dear. Even budgeted, even back at the rate we used to pay for transport, we would still end up quite a bit in debt. I held my head in my hands with the gravity of my ill-conceived idea. When the gravity of my ill-conceived idea hit me. What should I do? I'm afraid we'll have to speak with Madam. Don't tell any of our servants yet, Musashi. We don't need them worrying. As you wish. You're acting quite becoming, my lady. What? Come now, it was I who caused all this. Well, I'm certain a normal girl would have fallen into a panic by now. Yet you've gone so far as to think of the house's servants. I'm screaming on the inside. And yet, you retain such a calm. I'm truly glad to work under you, my lady. Thank you, Musashi. But will you be saying that when I can no longer cover your salary? It's not for coin that I'm here, my lady. I'll help you overcome this to the end. Why doesn't he have a secret route? He's so great. You love him, right? I could feel something coming up at Musashi's strong words. Tears began to well up in my eyes. You've always been by my side, Musashi. But of course. And you've always supported me. Please stay by my side, Musashi. Don't leave me. I promise. Thank you. There I knew how strong of an ally I had, although he was with us growing up. So he's kind of like a dad to us almost, or like a older brother. So like that would be also weird, but I'm just saying, for the sake of rebuilding the business, for the sake of those who worked for me, I had to do something. I mean, in Kikuya and Takao's route, we thought he was our brother, so I'm just saying. First, I had to meet with Asagiri. What? And explain my situation, and how it would be difficult to keep coming to the pleasure house. When I did, his smile vanished, and pain overcame his face. There always has to be some kind of a twist, and it happened earlier, you thought, no, we're making him jealous! Oh, now we're okay. Oh, now I can't come to see you because I can't afford it. So, like, always gotta be something. Not a trace of his usual composure was to be found on him. This happened right after my relationship with Asagiri went to a deeper level. Right after we became able to meet once again. I'm sorry, Asagiri. Well, and that surprised me. I didn't know you were working so hard at importing clothes. I'll eventually take over the Somei family, so I wanted to waste no time in expanding the business and becoming a worthy heir. And those who can make the big decisions are those who succeed, after all. Even if you're having trouble now, I think your efforts will definitely pay off. Thank you. Asagiri gave my hand a gentle squeeze. His voice bore a certain firmness that it usually lacked, and his eyes looked square at me, not wavering in the least. I'm sure this was just poor timing. Continuing to wear kimonos and staying behind the mainland, and that's too strange. It can't continue. But the people born and raised on the island probably can't see how strange that is. But women generally like new things, right? We do. And beautiful things, and cute things too, right? True, true. You're a very discerning person, so I think you should do what you believe best. I'm sure that whatever you like, other women will too. The force with which he said that made me really believe it. So we start wearing the foreign clothes, and then other people might see it and get inspired and want to dress like that too. True, no one succeeds on the first shot. It's like you can't sell... You're like, here's some Western clothes. But you're like, oh no, I much prefer kimonos. Why would you be selling Western clothes? You have to sell things that you enjoy selling. If you're the person that owns the shop. You know what I mean? Like, I could walk around wearing, like, clothes that are super popular now. You know, like mom jeans and crop tops. But I'm not going to sell them. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to be like, oh my god, that outfit is so great. Oh, like, because I am just going to resonate this aura of somebody who hates themselves because of what they're wearing. Because, like, that's not my style. I'm not happy in it. I'm not comfortable or confident in it. I would feel stupid in it. You know? Other people aren't going to wear pencil skirts and blazer or any of the things that I wear, the 50s style dresses, and feel comfortable. They're going to be like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. And you're going to be like, you look uncomfortable in that. And you're not going to be able to sell it. I can sell the 50s style dresses because that makes me confident, happy, and I feel good. Other people are going to be able to sell the mom jeans and be like, oh my god, those are so cute, because they feel, you know what I mean? So, not that I'm trying to sell those clothes, but more people are going to respond to what you're wearing if you're comfortable, confident, and happy in it. Because it's just about the aura you give off. So, if we want to make other people on the island interested in these Western style clothes, we wear them. Oh, we look, hey, wow, she looks confident and happy. It's an aura that we're going to give off, and other people are going to be like, ooh, I want to try that too, and might pique their interest. And if they were interested in it, they might have been like, oh, those clothes are interesting. But, like, nobody else is wearing them. Oh, well, somebody else is wearing them. Maybe it's okay for me to do it too. Sometimes, monkey see, monkey do. You know? Some people are like, oh, yeah, she's wearing something different. I can wear something different, too. I want to wear pants, bitch. You know? I don't know if a lot of women are wearing pants. But, you know, I'm just saying. That's all it takes. One woman being like, I'm going to stop wearing kimonos. I'm going to wear Western-style clothes. And then the next woman's like, fuck it, bitch, I'm wearing pants. And that's how women got to wear pants. No, that's pants for everyone, but with pockets. That's where we fucked up. We don't have pockets. Anyway. True. No one succeeds on the first shot. I don't know if I read that. I'd even failed with Ohgiya the first time. But now... Ohgiya... I think we should just thank him. BAM! Thank you. It's all true, you know. Ohgiya gave me the gentlest smile. Alas, at times like this, a man who spends his days in a pleasure house is of little use. I want to dash out there and help you, but there's nothing I can do. Melancholy came over his beautiful face, and my heart began to ache. So I grit my teeth. Please, don't forget me. What? You think I would forget you? Let me hug you at the very least. Ohgiya enveloped me. I could feel his warmth, his kindness fill me. When we were like this, everything aside from him faded away. We were transported in a world of just us. So, Spacey, when can I see you next? Like right now, and then probably not for like fucking ever. It will be a while. And how long is a while? I tripped over my words in his embrace and pulled out a pendant I had in my chest fold. Will you hold this for me while we can't see each other? What's this? A photograph I had taken of me. I put it in this pendant. Oh, I couldn't take something so valuable. Please accept it. You've given me so much already. Well, thank you then. With a small smile, Ohgiya opened up the pendant. You look so stiff in this photograph. You're so much cuter in real life. Really? Really. And besides, the real you is warm and can talk to me. And not to mention we can hug. Okay. Like that just warms my heart. You can talk to me and we can hug. Oh my god, I love talking and hugs. I mean, he's not like, we can have sex. It's like, we can talk and hug. Oh. Like whoever wrote this just knew exactly what we wanted. But stop making me read the lewd shit. I don't know why every time I go to read these games I start yawning. My brain is like, shut up, Spacey, but here we are. Each of his words plunged into my heart. Could I really handle not seeing him? Asagiri, I love you. And I you, Spacey. But waiting to see that before we part like this. And that's a little mean. Huh? Even without the likes of this photograph, and there's no way I'll forget you. Asagiri kissed my neck. Again and again. And then... Spacey. He brought his hungering lips to mine. I'm not moaning. He stole my lips away with such an intensity that I couldn't breathe. Our tongues danced, our saliva mixed. Why the saliva? Then, when I clutched at his kimono, he pulled up mine. Asagiri! I called his name, out of breath. His moist, yearning eyes peered into mine as he went after my mouth. And before I knew it, my kimono was open. My chest tightened and I was rendered powerless. How long is a while? A month? 2? Strange. It was like he wasn't himself. The desperation in his voice crushed my heart. Why did I have to separate from him? Why, when he wanted me this much? Tell me, Spacey. Don't keep me in the dark. I thought he would cry. Asagiri, always full of confidence, always smiling, now sounded like a child, his voice unsteady and weak. Asagiri, I love you, Spacey. Do you believe me? Of course I do. Spacey. I'm not moaning when he's saying my name. Oh my god. Moaning. Spacey. Oh, Spacey. Spacey. That's awkward. Saying, I love you, Spacey is hard enough. Spacey moaning and Girl. That is just... I'm not that narcissistic that I could pull that off. Well, holy Christ. He laid passionate kiss after passionate kiss on my lips. The raw passion and force he brought. The act of bringing our feelings together. For the first time, I knew just how heart-wrenching it could be. Though we could have each other as much as we wanted. Though now we could speak of our love as much as we desired. I had to leave him. I'm not umming and ahhing, but there you go. He pierced me deep. Jesus. A mix of pleasure and pain shot through my body. I touched him. I brought him closer. I thought with all my heart that I wanted to remember him. Remember his sensation. I love you, Spacey. He kept repeating those words, like they were all he could say. I didn't want him to say that anymore, but I wanted him to say it even more. I'm not moaning. Oh, that's him. Oh, he is moaning. I'm not moaning in his voice, God. I love you. I quivered underneath him, body and soul. After we passionately partook of each other, that's a way to say it, I like it, silence filled the room. It's not like we made passionate love, we passionately partook of each other. We need to start using that more, it's great, I love it. Silence and the sound of our still labored breathing. Back then, when you asked to buy me, how would things be different if I went with it, I wonder? He whispered next to me. Well, we would have found out that I couldn't. So, still in my arms, he brought his face to my hair. I don't know. Truth be told, business was going poorly even before we ordered the Western clothes. Mother needed to try something new, so she was glad I had a plan. Oh, if only we could just stay like this. Yeah. My whisper vanished into the silence of the room. If I didn't turn the shop around, this may be my last night with him. And even if I turn things around, it may take a year. I was such a fool. What? When you disappeared, I realized how much I felt for you. Asking you to leave me my freedom in the pleasure house. Oh, what a fool I am. Do you feel differently now? I want to help you, Spacey. And I don't want to leave you. He's like, yes, I want you to buy me. And you're like, seriously? Now when I don't even have the money? Look, I wouldn't have been able to do it before. But like, you really can't do it now. The fuck, Asagiri? The fuck? You were like just like bad timings, man. Jesus. Anyway. Not exactly the kind of thing you'd expect me to say, is it? Well, he had a point, but any girl would love to hear those words. I'm so glad to hear that, Asagiri. Though I find it strange, since I was rather sure I was a man to put on a facade, to simply service my clients, and live without a care in the world. Do you prefer how things were? It's not a matter of preference. All that matters is that I met you and love you now. Do you think it would have been better to not have met me? Strangely, no. Do you? I vigorously shook my head. He let out a chuckle and his warm breath brushed my cheek. I can't return, and not to the me who knows not love. I didn't think I could return either. No matter what, my heart would pine for Asagiri. I didn't want to leave him. I wanted this night to last forever. I wanted to throw it all away and just be by his side. However, I was the heir to the Somei family. Say, Spacey. Suddenly Asagiri loosened his grip on me. He looked at me with strong eyes as if he'd made up his mind about something. Could you come back? And just once. And there's something I need to give you. I said, but, alright? But I can't afford it. I'm gonna say alright, but alright it is. Alright? If Asagiri sounded this serious, it must have been quite something. Well, he gave me quite something a little bit ago. Oh, I'm just saying. Is that what you want to give me? Because I'll come back for that. I looked into his eyes with similar seriousness and nodded. I don't want to read it, though. You promise me, all right? I'll be waiting. But just what was it that he wanted to give me so badly? As I pondered over it, he started to gently stroke my hair. Will you just stay until morning? I will. And then tonight, let's sleep like this. Oh, it's skin on skin. I looked up in his arms to see him wearing a kindly smile. My chest tightened. I felt the pains of love. I love you, Spacey. No matter what, I want you to remember that. I will. Exchanging heated breaths, we shared a kiss. The darkness of night marched on. The time I shared with my beloved mercilessly ticked away. Our time was limited, and we could only hold each other. Not parting for a second, we hungered for one another as the night went on. Promise. For the days until I would see Asagiri again, the store was cast into flux, making me busier than I'd ever been. Yet, we had temporarily stopped ordering Western clothes. Twilight. Asagiri had asked me to come to his room before the sun set. And just as I'd promised, when the sky grew orange, I headed for Yoshiwara. Right when I stepped through the gate, I turned around and was overcome with emotion. Locked away by this gate and surrounded by walls was my beloved, one I couldn't see again with ease, one who lived in another world. After knowing I was heart, his way of thinking, everything about him differed from me. I realized we could still lay together, that he was just another person, just like me. And yet, I had to leave him. This world, dream and reality alike, was all too cruel. The moment I entered his room, a thin, long, white arm reached out and pulled me in. Before I knew it, I was in Asagiri's arms. You're right on time. His sweet voice tickled my ear, sending my back into a shudder. I made a promise. Ah, that's right. You're one to keep your promises. Once again, his honeyed voice poured into my ear. Then, when I tensed up, Asagiri seemed to find that interesting and put my earlobe into his mouth. I quickly shut my mouth before I could let out an embarrassing moan. But he just chuckled anyway, my lobe still in his mouth. He sucked on it, making me feel his heated breath and saccharine voice. My heartbeat got faster and faster. I can tell you're shaking, you know. Is my voice getting you like that? I wanted to deny it. I wanted to deny it right away. But I couldn't lie. All I could do was bite my lips. You're so adorable, Spacey. My Spacey. So all it takes is a little flick of your earlobe here for you to feel me. Asagiri! Oh, how I love you, Spacey. Just hearing his words of love shut down all of my resistance. My energy just vanished. Oh, how I love you. Over here, Spacey. Look at me. His lips pulled away. Cold air kissed my saliva-laden earlobe. Ugh. I'm just imagining it like pouring. Gross. When our eyes met, my heart leapt. Asagiri, as he always was, beckoned me lustfully. I wanted to kiss him. And as I wished, Asagiri, our lips came together. Pushing forward and back like the waves of the ocean, our kisses ranged from light to deep, all sweet. Then, eventually, like the waves calm, our kissing ended. Spacey, I told you there was something I wanted to give you, didn't I? You did. Come with me first, then, before the sun sets. Then he gave me one last light kiss. A difficult look crawled over my face in my embarrassment, but Asagiri... You know, I'm taking a liking to that frown lately. Spoke as nonchalantly as ever. Asagiri had taken me to Ohgiya's garden. So, what are we to do here? And now it should be right next to this olive tree. Asagiri started to dig up the ground. I stood there completely caught off guard. Here it is. To my surprise, he pulled a pot from the earth. I tilted my head, completely unsure of what I was looking at. Is it a money tree? I took the liberty of hiding this in the ground here. It wouldn't be safe to put it in my room, don't you think? The pot? It certainly looked like a valuable pot, but it was quite strange to bury it into the ground like that. Also, it's not safe to keep it in my room. I'm going to bury it where someone might see me and then dig it up and steal it later, and at least before you be like, that was in my room and you stole it. Also, that's kind of shady that you can't leave it because you think someone's going to, like, steal shit in your room. Well, and there's something inside it, you see. Right then, Asagiri strained his ears, hearing footsteps from afar. Let's continue this in my room, he said in a low voice. Then he reached for my hand with his dirtied one, but quickly let out an embarrassed smile. It's a bit of a nuisance to have dirty hands. I can't touch that immaculate skin of yours. Sounding like he was half joking, he beckoned me to his room. He's gonna give us money, isn't he? He buried money. Once we were in his room, Asagiri wasted no time in opening the sealed-up pot. I simply watched him. I'll give all of this to you. Though I found it strange, I peeked into the pot. I fell speechless. To my surprise, it was full of cash. That's why he doesn't leave it in his room, if you could steal the cash. Well, it's not like I was sold. I've been here of my own free will. Since I didn't have any debt, I've saved most of the money I made. So much. I'm not a man of many desires, you see, and the ladies would always give me clothes I needed. So I just took to saving my profits. But I can't just take all this money from you. You could buy him with it, though. Take it. It's not like I can use it. But I'm sure it must have been so difficult to save up all this money. So please, use it for yourself. I'm telling you, I don't have any use for it. He's here of his own free will. He doesn't owe a debt. Why can't he just leave if he wants to? Why do we have to buy him? You know what I mean? Because every other time, people have had debts. Whether it's you were sold here, so, well, we bought you for X amount of money and you've got to pay that off. Right? But also, you need things. You need new clothes. You need whatever. You have to buy that. And then you might have money, but it's like, oh, yeah, you want to buy that kimono? That's $10,000. You only have two. Okay, so $8,000 goes right. You know what I mean? Like, your bill, or like taking care of your attendance or whatever, throwing part. Like I guess the banquets, we're the ones paying for, the customers. But like, they could be throwing you a banquet and that goes into, it could go on their debt. You know what I mean? Like, if he decides to do something nice for us, that's part of, unless he's got the money, whips out the money to pay for it, it would go on your debt, like your tab. You know what I mean? It's like you open a tab at a bar. But this is more like you walk into the bar and it's like, well, now my debt, I already owe $1,000. Awesome. And then every time you get a drink, you owe more and more. And then now you're fucked until someone, you know what I mean? But if he wasn't sold here. He's here of his own free will. He saves his money and he doesn't ever actually like use the money to buy things because women give him clothes, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't need things and he's not racking up debt. He should be able to walk the fuck out. He should be like, so I want to leave. I'm sure they wouldn't let him because he basically signed away his life to them, but he should be able to leave whenever he wants. It's interesting. I don't know. It would be best put to use putting your shop back in order, Spacey. As he said that, his voice gentle, he began to clean the dirt-caked pot. Oh, but since this pot's so heavy, I should probably put the money in something else. I don't think lugging this thing home would be too easy. What should I do? I mean, I feel like part of you wants to be like, please think this over. Like, please think about what you're doing. Because, like, we need the money. And it's weird. So, like, you need the money. This would actually help you. You'd be able to see him sooner. It benefits both of you. Like, sometimes when you're in dire straits, if someone were to offer you money to help, no, I can't do it. I'm just going to starve. That's your pride talking. Like, if you were really like, oh my God, I'm going to be homeless and I'm starving, and someone offered to help you, give you some assistance, like, here's some money so that you can pay your rent. No, I can't take it. I'll just get evicted. Don't be stupid. You know what I mean? So yes, you would take that help. You might feel like shit about it and like whatever, but sometimes you need help and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. Whether it's monetary help, emotional help, whatever. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get help. So I feel like, though, this is one of those, okay, we need the help and he's offering the help. We should be like, think it over. Make sure this is something you want to do, because you can't offer someone help like, yeah, no, I'll help you out, and then be like, the fuck? They didn't give me their undying gratitude forever. If you're offering someone help, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, not because you expect something in return. It's not, or like if it's a loan, you expect them to pay you back. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I'm going to help you out of the kindness of my heart, but fucking bitch didn't praise me on everything. Bitch didn't like worship the ground I walk. You know what I mean? You're not doing it that way. So you like, just think it over, make sure you want to do it. I'm sure the answer is I can't accept this though, but no, actually it is. Please think it over. Like, because I was like, I'm sure I can't accept this, even though that's your pride talking. You need the help. He's got he has no use for the money. It's not putting him in any debt or anything. It's not like, well, here's the money. I'm going to be homeless now. That's not the way it is. It's like, I got more money than anything. Take it, borrow it. That's cool. Awesome. It'll be great. You know what I mean? Like, if I had $1 million just sitting around collecting interest, collecting dust, and then my sister's like, oh, I can't make my mortgage payment, I'm going to be homeless. And me, I'm just like, oh, that's too bad. Here's the money for your mortgage payment. I can't take it. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm sure. I don't want you to be homeless. Take it. And either pay me back someday, or, and cool, and just, when I come to your house, we'll go out a dinner on you, like here and there. You know what I mean? Like, it all adds up. Now, do I have $1 million to just willy-nilly pay? No, I wish I did. But not for people to be like, so like, I can't pay my bills. Well, you're going to have to learn, Buttercup, because I'm not here to pay your bills. I'm not your sugar mama. But like, you would help people, like your family in need, right? That's what he's doing. So I'm glad they didn't do I can't accept it. That's just your pride talking. Not accepting help when you need it. Security, please think this over. This is your money, and it has to be important to you. Even if I did, my decision would stay the same. I want to help you. I want to touch you, and I want to hold you. And that's all I want. His words nearly had me crying. In any case, hold on to it. I may not be able to help you in the store. I can give you this money. Would you at least allow me to help you like this? This time, his eyes held a tinge of sadness to them, as if he were pleading. Seeing those beautiful, clear eyes, I felt a storm of affection and a heartache brew. And before I knew it, I had thrown myself into his chest. Spacey. Oh, Ohgiya, thank you so much. He gently put his arms around me and held on to me tight. He was just so wonderful, I didn't want to leave him, not for a moment. And though I'd thought that many a time, I thought it all the stronger now. Thank you, truly, from the bottom of my heart. It's all right, Spacey. I'm glad I had money on hand, since I can help you just a little. Just a little. With a sum this large, I can pay my employees while I plan to revive my shop. Glad to hear it. Thank you. No need to thank me, really. Oh, and I'll give you more next month, too. You will? I looked up at him in surprise. I want to do my part in helping you until the Somei family gets back on its feet. So I'll take customers and fuck other women in order to help you out. Could you not do that, though? It's cool. I know he's helping us because he loves us. He cares about us. But there's also, it's not just 100% like, I care about you and I want to help you. It's, I care about you, I want to help you, but also, the faster you get back on your feet, the sooner you can come back and see me. It's a little bit selfish. He's being extremely generous for a slightly selfish reason. Although, I mean, he's giving us a fuck ton of money, so like, honey, give it to us for selfish reasons, that's fine. Because I'm the one benefiting the most out of this, but he's getting a benefit from it, knowing that the sooner we get out of debt, the sooner we can come back here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to complain. The man's a saint. I'm afraid this is the best way to help. Wait, what are you talking about? I'll earn more money and give it to you. And that way I can help you, can I not? He was going to earn more money? Oh, wait, that meant, yeah. No, you mustn't. I felt myself clinging to him. Earning money meant that he would take clients. A lot of them. And I couldn't have that. My mind wouldn't be able to take it. Spacey. No, you can't. You can't. Oh, what's the matter, Spacey? It's not like you to fly off the handle like this. Can you not tell? I can't have it. I simply can't. My heart wouldn't be able to take it. And I don't know any other way to make coin. You don't need to. So please, just be with me. And only me. Tears rolled down my cheeks. You're as stubborn as I thought, Spacey. His finger brushed against my tears and wiped them away. I loved those smooth, soft fingers of his. I didn't want to let them touch anyone else. Like, obviously he's had other clients. You know what I mean? I didn't want to let anyone else feel him. But the weird thing is, we're not his only client. I mean, maybe because he chooses who he wants. So maybe he hasn't had a client in a while, but it's like, okay, so he picked us. And let's just say he wasn't in love with us. We're just any old client. Like, she interests me. Great. Like, what? You think I get pregnant and then never come back? Or, like, what if you were just here for funsies? You know what I mean? Like, so you're saying that every client he's had up till now has never come back? I mean, I'm just saying. Repeat business is good for business, right? So, Ohgiya, what are you doing wrong that nobody comes back? Like, I'm just saying. I didn't want to let anyone else feel him. I wanted to be the only one. From now going forward. I didn't even want him to smile at anyone else. It'll be alright, Spacey. I won't be falling for anyone else. I won't have it. You don't own me. Kinda. Why? Why did I house these filthy, hideous emotions inside me? I didn't want him to know about them. I didn't want him to see through me. Please, don't look at me. Just don't look at me. Spacey, when your shop gets back on its feet, I'm leaving here. And if your mother permits it, I'll be with you. You would leave the pleasure house? I will, so don't cry anymore. Besides, I can leave this place whenever I want. It'll be no trouble at all, so leave now. There's nothing to worry about. As if he were soothing a crying child, he spoke to me with a soft, calming voice. Just forget about me for a time and focus on your work. Just keep on working. And then, before you know it, we'll be able to be together as long as we wish. That was all it took. I couldn't stop my tears. Oh, how young I was, and how mature he was. All I needed was to do as he said, and everything would go well. And waiting at the end of all that pain was happiness, the joy of being with him. It had to be there. All right. That's a good girl. You just need to focus on what's in front of you. All right. And down came his kiss. We shared a kiss that tasted of tears, and I yearned for his tongue. Then his scent. A delightful smell emanated from my neck as well. The deep kisses we shared made my skin hotter and hotter, and his sweet scent enveloped the both of us. Now let's get through this together. Hey, Nat, get off my computer! Let's. Tears filled my eyes. They filled my eyes like my raging emotions filled my heart. Sorry, I keep swearing I see that Nat flying around. It's gonna drive me bonkers. As my tears ran, the saliva of our tongues mixed and entwined. Blech. Can I take you tonight? I have to remember how you feel. I'm not moaning. Security. He didn't need to ask. Of course I wanted him to take me. I love you, Spacey. Didn't know falling for a woman was this much of a production. As he smiled, he let his hot breath out onto my chest. His heated tongue blazed slowly down my skin. I'm not doing that. I let out a cry so obscene I could hardly believe it was my own. I wanted to stop him, but I wanted him to remember me. Spacey, I love all of you. Your eyes, and these brows, these cheeks, and this nose, these lips. His fingers traced by every part he mentioned. I squirmed around, ticklish. Then he pulled my hips toward him and stripped open my kimono. Not moaning. I'm not done. I've still got to show you all the parts of you I love. But it tickles. Oh, that I know. And these dear earlobes are wonderfully sensitive, too. Quit it! And this thin little neck, too. And this wonderful collarbone. And these beautiful mounds below. Really? So you're gonna call my breasts mounds? I'm not. I can't. His fingers playfully caressed all my sensitive places. And when I tried sealing my lips to not let out any squeals... Oh no, Spacey. He ran his finger between my lips as if to open them. It entered my mouth, stopping me from biting down. You still bite his finger. I told you I loved your lips, too, didn't I? Please don't harm what I love. Not doing it. I tried to reply, but I couldn't. Not with his finger there. Then, when I reached out to his hand... Oh. He pushed it down and took it in his grip. He then put the fingers of his other hand to my mouth and moved it around and around into my mouth. I'm choking on your... What? That's weird. That is not sexy. That's awkward. My moans escaped my unclosable lips. He put his hands in your mouth. No. Gross. It's one that... It's like a little... What are you doing? Are you trying to pick out my cavities? The fuck? He rubbed at the roof of my mouth and rolled my tongue about with his hands. This is not sexy. This is really fucking weird. Sending a sweet numbness crawling up my waist. Unable to endure it, I desperately wrapped my tongue around Asagiri's finger. That's a good girl, Spacey. Then for a second, I was like, are they talking about something else and I misread it? No, he's just poking around in my mouth, which is weird as shit. Are you a dentist? What are you doing? He looked down at me, his face spellbound. I know we're over time, but this is not a good place to stop. We've gotten all the sex in this part. My chest tightened hard. Let us partake of each other as much as we can tonight. And let me show you the depth of my love. He softly pulled out his finger. Came after me next were his hot lips, and I clung onto him tight. And as I did, he held me tighter too. Another wave of emotion overtook me. When he opened my legs and passionately pierced me, feelings enough to tear my consciousness away burst in my heart. Spacey, I love you more than anything in this world. Ohgiya's voice echoed in my mind. His presence overtook my mind. Everything else faded away. All I needed to do was accept his body. I couldn't think a single clear thought. The end! So, we got the sex in the beginning, the sex in the middle, and the sex at the end. This was the sexy part. So, I mean, I'm not complaining except for the fact that I have to read it, and it's awkward. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. You guys go take a cold shower, and I will see you next time. So, yeah, I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.